people do get more than a little worried when the price of gold goes to the moon, so to speak, and I would maintain that today we've gone, Catherine, I started talking about gold on the radio 2001 or thereabouts.
Yeah, you were early.
Yeah. But the reason that I did was because to me, even back in 2001 when gold was trading for 254 bucks an ounce, there's no way that price could have stayed at that level given the economic conditions that were occurring in the United States. I mean, this stupid high-tech bubble, people investing in companies that made no sense. Young couples making between the two of them $75,000 a year buying $500,000 homes. I mean, that was a scenario that could not continue, and so the price of gold had to go up. And look where we are today, 1,130 bucks.
And the biggest question I get from people is, what can I do? What can I do to protect myself and my family? And the thing that's been incredible about Gata and you and all the people who've tried to warn is you've given people a way of protecting themselves, and it's worked.
Exactly, right.
It's worked.
Right. No, it has.
Right.
I would maintain today, and Adrian, I'd be curious to get your opinion about this, but I would maintain today the reason that my wife and I invest in precious metals, the commodities themselves, okay, is simply because I sleep better at night. Because there's a chance, and I would say better than an average chance, that our currency system in the United States, even possibly in my lifetime, may fail. I want to have some gold and silver. Am I crazy?
Adrian has a fabulous new article that just came out this morning, and maybe you should get him to tell you a little bit about it.
A lot of people think that the gold market is a small market. It's actually the world's biggest commodity traded market, physical commodity market. To give you an example, oil, we consume 82 million barrels a day. At $77 a barrel, that's $6.3 billion a day in the crude oil market. The LBMA in London trades 90% of physical gold in the world. It trades 20 million ounces a day, every day. That's net volumes, which is $22 billion a day. So it's 3.5 times the size of the crude oil market.
Isn't that amazing?
It is amazing, yeah. I did not know that. It's interesting, but a lot of our opponents, for lack of better terms, would say, why would anybody want to manipulate the price of gold? It's a non-entity in terms of a market. I don't think that's true, and you're proving that it is not true.
Right. Yeah. So now the question is, how can you trade 2,100 tons each and every day when the total supply from the mines is 2,200 tons per year? And what I've shown in the article is that...
That's a very interesting point.
The only way that the gold price can be where it is today and way below the level of inflation is that there is paper gold which does not exist, which is through unallocated accounts, which is coming to the market as supposedly supply, but it's virtual supply.
Yeah.
What we expect is as people start to ask for the real stuff,
what's going to happen?
This will then expose this fractional reserve scam, and the price will go to unimaginable levels.
Because the lawsuit gets into the swaps that the central banks are doing that make this possible.
How do you guys think that's going to come out? Just a guess.
Shakespeare once said, in Measure to Measure, never make impossible what seems unlikely.
Bloomberg was successful. It's being appealed by the Fed. So we think that with that precedent, we could actually win. Either way, I think the publicity that will attract will make a difference in the gold market.
Adrian, I find it interesting. The mainstream media won't touch Murphy with a 10-foot pole, and I find that to be really interesting. And you kind of have to wonder why. Any comments, any opinions?
Because if people start listening to Murphy, they'll stop subsidizing what they're subsidizing with their investment and start investing in things that are going to make them money. So if you want
to start investing in things, because things are the only thing that you can fall back on.
Right. Well, when I was on Wall Street, I was a partner at Dillon.
I know, right.
When I was a partner on Wall Street, there were basically, it was described to me, there are two classes of people. There are people who give us money, and then we go out and control things. Or the people who try to control things directly, and the name of the game is to get them to give you the money so you can control the things. We
were the bad news bears. We were saying that the housing market's going to crash, the stock market's going to crash, the monetary system could fail. We put our ad in the Wall Street Journal in 2008, January 2008. Nobody paid attention to it.
I have a copy of that in my office, actually.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
While everybody's making money on their house, making money on their stocks, they don't want to listen to bad news. Now that what we've said has happened, now they want to find who's responsible. And I think the momentum is building against the Fed because they are getting the fingers pointed against them as the bad guys.
There's a lot of questioning going on by questioning about some of the actions that have taken place over the years. I'd like to get Ed Steer in here, if you guys don't mind. Ed is number one. He's also on the board of directors of Gata. Ed is a guy who's on my show very frequently. He is, as I said, a director of Gata. He is also a daily contributor to KC Research, which I think is one of the best publications out there. We're talking about the lawsuit. What do you think? You guys have any chance at all of succeeding? Catherine says yes, and I would agree with her.
Absolutely. Well, Dow Jones was successful, and I think that even if we're not successful, I think the publicity raised through this is going to shine all kinds of spotlight on the Fed and their activities in the gold market, and rightfully so.
Yeah, I find that to be intriguing. You know, Adrian, when I first met Crazy Bill back, it was years ago, I couldn't take the guy seriously because he is so emotional, he's so driven, he's so passionate about this deal, but he was a fun guy to drink a glass of wine with. It took me about 6 months of getting to know him, getting some input from Jay, from James Turk, from yourself down in Phoenix. You guys are right on. I think Gata is right 100% on, and I really hope that lawsuit is successful. But you know, Ed, you're 100% right in the sense that the publicity that you're getting and that you're going to get is going to be huge.
Not only that, the market manipulation scheme is now so widely spread and well known by just about all levels of either government or the mining industry itself and the newsletter writers that it's basically common knowledge and accepted for a fact. It's just a matter we have to drive this point home and get the Federal Reserve System and the Treasury Department to finally fess up and turn over the swap reports, because they've already admitted the fact that they do exist. So we know they're already rigging the gold market.
Did you ever think you'd see that?
Well, that was one of my fervent dreams, and after 10 years, I can hardly wait for this thing to come to an end. The sooner the better.
I have to tell you, it is really, really fun to be involved with you guys. I'm not a director of Gata, but I'm a big supporter of Gata. It's fun to be involved with you guys because you guys are, you started out as kind of mavericks. You started out, people were pointing fingers at you and they were saying, Steer, he's crazy. Adrian Douglas, come on, you can't take him seriously. Murphy, everybody knows he's an idiot. Catherine Austin Fitz, come on.
Gandhi said, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they ridicule you, then they fight you, and then you win. Okay, and that's exactly what's happening here.
And exactly, and your point is well taken, and I think you guys will win. Thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate your time. We're going to be doing updates on the Gold Antitrust Action Committee, both on the air and also vis-a-vis the videos on our website. Any comments about this, please send me an email, give me a phone call. You know how to reach me. Love to hear your input.